Hey y'all, I am back with another episode of Dark Girl Chronicles. Hi. Hey. So it is now December 2021. It's been about 6 months since my last recording, my last episode. We've had some big changes since the last episode. I'm gonna get into that in a minute. But I wanted to check in and see what was going on with folks and give a few little updates about life and what's going on with me. Stuff that I'm working on and thinking about and dealing with. So first things first. Hey. Me and the hubby are doing well. We are alive. We're both alive. We're doing very well. We are working and trying to stay healthy and not catch the Rona that's still running around. We have both gotten our shots. We're both fully vaccinated. His is starting to wear off, so it's time for his booster shot, which hopefully he will be doing tomorrow, because tomorrow is Saturday. So hopefully he will get his booster shot tomorrow, his third shot of Pfizer. So that's good. I've already had my third shot. I got a booster shot the end of November 30th, as a matter of fact. I keep going and running and doing this at the end of months, so it does make it a little bit easier to remember, but then I have to calculate the 2 weeks after for when I'm, considered fully vaccinated and okay. So I got my booster shot November 30th, so I'm still within my 2 week period. I think in the next couple of days, though, I will be considered fully vaccinated, because they say 2 weeks from your date of your last shot. So I think probably like the middle of December, probably Monday, if not Tuesday, will be coming up. Will be the date I'm considered fully vaccinated. So that's good. I got a third shot of Pfizer. I didn't have any side effects the first and second shot, the second shot I had, my arm itched. I had what's called the COVID arm. I had talked about that in my previous episode, I'm pretty sure. I had COVID arm the second time, where it just like randomly itches at the injection shot site. And then I didn't have, and I was a little tired, but nothing, too bad. The third shot, however, your girl was a little more than tired. I was just talking to hubby about this, because I said, all right, so be forewarned, when you get this third shot, buddy, it might knock you on your ass. Just so you know, might knock you on your ass. So he was like, okay. So I told him, I said, well, and he knew what my symptoms were, because he was home when all of this happened. But, that third shot, I got it on like the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So November 23rd. So really, actually, yeah, my 2 weeks should be up by now. Actually, now that I think about it, my 2 weeks should be up by now. So anyway, I got it November 23rd. So I said, well, let me go ahead and get this shot, because I need to go ahead and get this booster done, because again, they talking about, high risk folks, you're going to need a third shot. And I was like, okay, well, I meet the criteria. I've been met the criteria. Okay. Then Omicron starts circulating, and I'm like, well, shit. Let me go on and get this booster shot, because now we got another variant running around that may or may not be okay with, second shot. So I'm like, God damn it. So I went and I got the shot. I scheduled it for like 5 o'clock on Wednesday. I alerted my folks at at job, hey, so I'm fixing to go get this shot. So I'm trying not to I'm gonna do this over the holiday break. Hopefully Monday I should be cool. We won't have no problems. I'll be back to work on Monday. I was fine after I got the shot. They make you sit there 15 minutes. I was cool. I sat there for 15 minutes. Talked to the lady who was giving me the shot. I didn't even realize she'd done it. She jabbed me in the arm and then put a Band-Aid on it, and I showed her my wedding photos. You guys have seen at the end of the last episode. I showed her my wedding photos, and we talked about, that, hey, this is wonderful that, we now got vaccines. We're cool. People might not, you now it's on you to do right. Stay away from people who ain't doing right. Okay. I went home. I was fine. I was fine Wednesday night. Thursday morning, I said, feel a little weird. Okay, all right. But nothing, I was expecting that. Now, I did everything I was supposed to do beforehand. I drank a bunch of water. I did not take any ibuprofen or aspirin or anything like that. Okay. I prepped ahead of time and then went on and did it. Well, Thursday, I woke up and, I ain't feeling so great. My arm hurt a little bit, but I mean, internally, I didn't feel all that great. Child, about Thursday afternoon, your girl was like, wait a minute. we feel a little strange. We feeling a little strange here. Thursday night, I said, I ain't feeling so hot. All right, you know what? I think this is now, vaccine is starting to kick in. I think we are starting to, we're starting to feel some effects here. Let me go on and get myself prepared. So I went and got some things. I ate. I said, let me get a little something on my stomach. Whew. About 7:30 or so, I was making that very, very, very concerned fat girl face. Because I was just like, this feel a little strange. Like, it was weird. It's hard to describe how it felt like. The easiest way I've described it for folks when they ask me, how did you feel after the thing? I said, well, immediately after, cool. It was 12 hours, 14 hours later that your girl felt like she was having an out-of-body experience. And on top of that, like I had the flu, but didn't have the flu. I wasn't sick. I didn't feel sick. It was like I was in the recovery stage from the flu. And that stage where you feel a little and then, but you're getting better. You're on the other side of things and you're recovering. But it still ain't 100%, and you still feel like you got hit by a Mack truck. That's what that felt like. So around about 9:30, I said, this is finna be all she wrote for me. I'm finna go lay my black ass down because this is finna be bad. Like, it hit me like a truck. It felt like I got run over by a truck. Really. So I said, let me go and lay down because this here is finna be all she wrote. As my mama would love to say. So, I laid down about 9:30, 9:45 on Thursday. And Brandon got home, and I said, well, Brandon, give me some of that aspirin because I feel terrible. And I need something to take and go on and lay down for the evening. And he gave it to me. I took it, and I went on to sleep. About 3 hours later, I woke up. I still felt a little weird, but not nearly as much as it was. My legs were tired. My arms were tired. My arms still hurt from the injection. And I just felt like I just didn't want to be bothered with nothing. And then, of course, when I woke up, I discovered that friend had visited. Mother Nature decided, oh, hey, by the way, you know how you going to go get that shot there for the COVID so you don't die of the Rona? Yeah, go ahead, add on a side of period to it. And I was like, damn it. So, in addition, so I think a lot of it was period. And a lot of it was shot. So, yeah, that combination just did not feel great. I felt terrible. Like, just terrible. Oh, it was awful. But now, to its credit, I did take something because I took that aspirin earlier in the evening. That stopped period cramps right there. Okay. So, that really kind of knocked those out. But then, I, the next day I went back to bed after I, tended to myself and got myself together. I went back to bed and I felt fine the next day. So it wasn't too horrible, but it was just like, ugh, like this is just awful. I don't feel all that great. But I knew to expect that. I knew to be aware that this is possibly going to happen. So it wasn't terrible, but I told him to keep in mind everything that I told him. Keep in mind that may or may not happen to you. A lot of dudes I've been talking to that have gotten that booster shot have been saying it's been worse for them. They've had like terrible reactions after the fact. Not an immediate allergic reaction to the ingredients, but just how the booster makes them feel, or the second shot, or even the first shot. Dudes seem to have a worse time with it. So I'm expecting. I told him, I said, well, just be prepared for Sunday that you ain't gonna feel like nothing, and you're gonna want to just stay in the house and lay down, which is fine. Now I cook, and we stay in the house and we lay down, and we don't go nowhere, and we don't do nothing. So I told him, but maybe it might hit you Saturday. We don't know, but don't lay down. Be prepared to lay down at least on Sunday. So we're gonna see. We supposed to be going to something at church on Saturday. They having a Christmas thing on Saturday, so we might go to that and spend some time at church. And depending on how he feels, we might spend some time at church. So I don't know. I feel fine now. It was literally only a day where I just felt terrible and just really wanted to go lay down and go to sleep. I felt fine after that. I mean, aside from the normal foolishness with my period, which we're going to get into that in a minute too. But, yeah, technical difficulties. So anyway, as I was saying, yeah, that was an adventure that we really didn't want to have. So, but it's worth it because the Rona. I do not want to catch the Rona at all. I've been thankfully lucky and able to dodge it for the last 20 months. I don't even know. I don't even know how long we've been dealing with this. Since March of 2020. Yeah, March of 2020. I know at least 12 months. I know at least 16 months. It's been at least 16. I've managed to dodge it. I have taken care of myself. I've made sure I've gone and gotten my vaccines like I'm supposed to. I wash my hands. I don't be all up in folks' face. None of that. I don't need to do any of that. I don't want to be in folks' face. I don't have no need to do any of that. So, yeah, I don't know. I've been lucky. Husband's been very lucky too. He's not caught it at work and brought it home. I've been fortunate not to get sick. And so is he. And we stay out of folk face. We don't be all in family members' face. I don't go over to family member house if I don't have to. I have been out of the house maybe and been to other people's houses in the last however long it's been. 20 months. It's been, I've been probably 3 times. No, I went twice. No, probably like 3 times I've been out of the house and been to some place where people are. who are not in my household. But yeah, I don't know. Tend to I don't tend to I don't tend to go nowhere and do nothing and be around people because I don't trust people. And I fully expect them to get me sick. Yeah. It's been 20 months. Whew, math. Yeah, no. So I do want to get in. There has been a reason why I have been leaving the house. That is not to go visit folks and be all up underneath folks. So your girl, in the time that I have been doing Dark Girl Chronicles, I have changed jobs like twice now. So in July, I got a new job. I changed jobs. I'm so excited. I am an auditor now with the South Carolina Office of the State Auditor. I can actually say where I work at now. I did previously work for DHL. I could not say it previously on camera, and I tended not to talk about it on camera, if y'all noticed, and I bleeped it out the one time that I did mention it, because they were very notorious about, folks knowing where you work and all of that. So, and I understood. I didn't have a problem with that, actually. I was very, 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 very good about not talking about where I worked because of that. Because we dealt with customs and we had rates and stuff for different customers and all of that. And that's a trade secret, so we don't talk about that. It's like the first rule of Fight Club is that we don't talk about Fight Club. So yeah, we don't talk about DHL too much. But yeah, I worked for DHL for 7 years. And in July, I tendered my resignation because I started applying for jobs. So I'm an entry-level auditor for the Office of the State Auditor in South Carolina. I can talk about it, but I cannot talk about what exactly it is that I do in so much as what exactly my job is and all of that. I don't get into that, and I don't want to talk about that on camera because I really like this job and I do not want to get fired. So, but I do very much enjoy my job. It's still brand new. I've been there a little less than 6 months. Just a little less. It'll be 6 months in January. I started in mid-July, and it has been wonderful. Very much, I like the culture there. The people are really nice. I'm having to learn everything from scratch because when I went to school, okay, so I didn't really make any videos while I was in school because it was really hard to do that and concentrate on school and do stuff. So school tended to be 100% of my focus, like 9,000% of the time. So, I was like, you know what? We're not gonna do that. We're gonna focus on school. Exactly. And that's it. So that's what I did. But while I was in school, I took a class for auditing, and I took it in spring of 2019. So I don't think I did any videos in 2019. I don't think so. Not for Dark Girl Chronicles. I think I did some for Dark Girl Gets Married, but because for our wedding planning, but because we were really ramping up wedding planning then. So, but I don't know. I think that we did a really good thing in that we went back to school. We got a new career. I got a new job after a year after I graduated, like exactly a year after I got a new job. So I applied for the job. I saw it online and I was like, "Ooh, this is exactly what I want to do." So I applied and I had an interview in June, and the interview went well, obviously. Beginning of July, they made the offer, and I was like, I was so excited. I was so glad to get away from DHL. My boss was incredibly racist and hindering me from advancement and just doing all kind of stuff, like super self-involved, self-centered, always needing praise, always needing like some type of validation. And I'm like, but you're not doing the same to the people who work for you. So, and I meant what I said. When I got my degree, I was getting the hell out of there. I meant exactly what I said, and I did. So, yeah, I decided I was not gonna stick around there and keep being just beat down. I don't want to work for a company that does that. And it wasn't the company itself. I had a lot of good contacts in the company. My manager's manager was really good. I liked him. It was just my manager. My direct leadership was terrible. I've talked about it a little bit in previous episodes, but just suffice to say, it was not good. And it was not encouraging to come to work every day, especially when somebody just constantly passes you over for promotion. Even though clearly you know how to do the job, you get along with folks, you're easy to work with, and I have been told numerous times, we really like working with you. You're easy to get along with. You know your stuff. You're easy to talk to. You train really well. You train people really well. You have a handle on all of this stuff. Why will they not promote you? I don't know. You need to ask your boss that. I was like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. And people around the country would be like, yeah, I get to work with Lindsay. Oh, okay. All right, cool. Yeah. Tell her to call me or I'll call her. Let me call her. I had random people calling me and asking me how to do certain things. And we talking about like station managers and people who are like head of imports for the product calling me and being like, so how do I build this? Because I don't know how to do this. What? Like, what? But you ain't gonna promote me. Nope, sure didn't. Would know that people were calling me. Because then they would be like, well, so-and-so said that, you know, that you were training with them and that they specifically requested you. And I was like, yep, they sure did. And I provided the help and made sure that they knew I was getting, you know, I was getting their work done in addition to my own work. But that ain't count for nothing. So I was like, you know what? Never mind. I'm finna help these people and then I'm finna be out. And that is exactly what I did. So I was like, we going to get a new job immediately. Cause no, absolutely not. So yes, new job, way different. More money. Let's talk about that for a minute. More money. Like almost 10,000 more. Let's put it this way. In this household now, money is not an issue. We are comfortable in our home here. Because both of us now work for the state of South Carolina. So we also get in state benefits, which is fantastic, and state retirement. Fantastic. But yes, the increase in money is great. Like I say, I love the culture. I'm not on a clock. I don't have a time clock. I'm a salaried employee, so I'm always on the clock technically, but we go by other means to calculate my salary. So, let me put it that way. So I don't have to worry about a time clock anymore though, which is fantastic. I enjoy that part the most because I'm the type of person I need to be able to set my own schedule, and I like having, the flexibility and the flex schedule to be able to do work when I want to. Now, for the most part, I tend to set my own schedule and I stick to it. But that was something to get used to, was setting my own schedule. It took a minute to get used to that, and not having a time clock. I was like, wait, I don't have to clock in and out. And my buddy, because we have a buddy and a coach system, my buddy was like, no, you don't have a time clock. You're going to input your hours that you worked, but you ain't got to clock in and out. That's not a requirement. And I was like, Oh, word? Oh, all right. So yes, I do try to tend to stick to a certain time that I go in. Mondays tend to be hard for me to get up and get moving and going. I hate Mondays. Yes, I have a case of the Mondays. Um, but I really enjoy it. I really do. It's not hard. I'm learning. I'm still learning, but what I've learned so far isn't hard. It's just a lot of detail. But if you're a detail oriented person like myself, it's not that much. I take excellent notes and I write down when folks start talking who know what they talking about, I start writing. So it's not an issue with, being able to follow along and keep up with the work. Matter of fact, I went to work earlier today. Now, my only thing is I cannot work from the house anymore. I have to physically go into the office because my governor has decided that, well, you state employees, you people don't need to be working from home. You need to be in the office because the business of South Carolina must continue. And I'm like, I get all that, but if the job could be done at the house, why do I need to be in the building? Why do I need to be up underneath people? Why do you specifically want me to be up underneath people? So yeah, no, I'm not fond of physically going into the office and sitting there just from a safety standpoint. It's not because I don't like the people I work around and work with. It's just purely from a safety standpoint. I'm like, do I really need to be here? I guess. But right now I am going to be making I will be having a work trip on Monday. I've already gone once on the stuff that I'm working on. I've been to a facility visit, and so that was interesting. We spent more time traveling than we did actually, like, being at the facility. But I liked being able to see how this works. I like seeing the structure of it, so I understand and get an idea of what it's like to be able to go on these trips and evaluate things and get a sense of how the operations work for a facility. So yeah, it's been fun and it's been interesting. I really have enjoyed it and so far, and highly would recommend. 10 out of 10. I could see me doing this for the rest of my life. I really could. I don't know if I would stay with the office that I'm with. I would like to for a good long while, because like I said, I like the culture of the office. It's very laid back. It's very helpful. Like, the people are helpful. I did not have that experience at DHL. I don't know if I talked about that my first early days at DHL, when I made episodes of Dark Girl Chronicles in 2014, but whoo, them people was crazy. And they were not helpful. I literally had to teach myself a lot of things. That's why I'm sitting there looking at my ex-manager like, are you serious? So you're just not going to promote me just based on your personal feelings about me? Well, girl, I don't like you either. Like, I guess we just going to not like each other then. Because I don't like you either. And I'm not running behind you and kissing your ass and validating you constantly. Oh, you're such a good manager and I really like working for you. No, I really actually don't. I really don't like working for you. There's no concrete plan. You really, really, really don't help people. And on top of that, you racist and obnoxious. Child, the number of racist things that this woman has said and done is just like, are you freaking serious? You know what? In this day and age, girl, you can be sued before you even finish that sentence. Like, I suggest you not say that. Whatever is fixing to pop into your mind, don't say it. Because it's probably not helpful and it's racist. So, yeah. It was like that. Like, it was constant, just dumb shit that didn't make sense. So, my boss now, I very seldom even see my manager. So, my manager's cool, though. I like him a lot. He's very cool. He is a very quiet guy. He does not do a whole lot of talking, but he's very cool. I like him. He's not micromanaging. He don't be all in my face. He does help if I need help. I can go to him and say, hey, I need help with this, and he will help. And he knows the stuff, so yeah, I like him. My in charge is interesting. But we've got a decent working relationship. So it's not that I can't get the work done because there's discordant personalities or whatever. No, I just it's an interesting. She's interesting. Let's call it that. And I'm sure she feels the same about me. She probably like, yeah, I don't like her. But I'm like, listen, so long as you give me assignments and you've kind of explained what it is I'm supposed to be doing with it, because I literally have no idea how I'm supposed to do this because I've never done it before. We cool. You let me do what I need to do and what you're paying me to do. And we cool. It doesn't matter whether or not you like me or not, because you don't really determine my status anyway. But no, it's okay. So I've been having a good time. We just had the Christmas party yesterday, and so husband came to the Christmas party and met everybody, and because I talk about him all the time at work, so I talk about him all the time. So yeah, they got to meet husband, and husband got to meet them, and I talk about folks at the house too. So it was nice. Yeah. So job wise, we're doing very well. I'm very pleased. I really enjoy this job. I really enjoy working there and being able to grow my career and learn the basics of what I need to learn here for this part of accounting. Yeah. Otherwise, not too much going on. I I have not seen my mother-in-law in several months. She's around. She talks to her child, but I don't talk to her because I told Brandon, I said, if I have to talk to your mom, it's not gonna be pleasant. So yeah, I just we're not gonna do that. So I'm not finna give my energy and peace and time to somebody who is very clearly not playing with a full deck of cards and is apparently very, very bitch eating crackers with me. I was like, okay, well, you also bitch eating crackers with me, so the feeling's mutual. But no, I haven't seen her, though. Apparently, according to him, she was wanting us to get lunch together. I'm like, where? Girl, where? We are in the middle of a pandemic. Where we gonna go to lunch? Where we going? I'm not going to a restaurant and sitting down anywhere, so you need to figure this out. So look like we're gonna be eating at her house, outside on her patio where there's air circulating, because I really don't want to be around her, and she shouldn't want to be around me. She don't know where I've been at. I done been out in the street. Like, I've been going to work since July, like physically around other people in a building since July. Girl, you don't really want to be you don't want to be around me and be where you could be exposed to other people through me. Like, let's use some common sense in the middle of this pandemic. So I don't know. I don't really want to go to her house, because she's going to try to rug sweep everything. So I just really don't want to be around her. I don't. She gets on my nerves a great deal. Most people not named Brandon get on my nerves. I mean, at some point that I'm related to, yeah, they probably gonna get on my nerves. So I'm just like I'm making that face the whole time because I'm just like, I don't want to be around y'all. Odd. So apparently, also in my family, so okay. Apparently, after Christmas, they wanting to go to the beach and spread my aunt's ashes, the one that died in May of last year, May of 2020, and I'm just like, I really don't want to go. There's several reasons why I don't want to go, and I know that also I'm potentially going to be having my period then, and I hate traveling with it. I do not like traveling while on my period at all. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. It's uncomfortable, and I just don't feel good, and I don't want to be bothered with people, and I just want to go lay down in a corner somewhere and just go to sleep and not deal with people, and I just want to do my own thing and just not deal with people. Like, I don't want to be with people, especially people who get on my nerves. So no, I know it's literally slated to come Christmas Day. So I'm just like, I know I'm gonna feel terrible around that time. So, but they already wanting to go down there, and they want to go to the beach, and I'm like, no, I'm not driving 3 hours to the beach, and I feel terrible. Then on top of that, I don't want to go and be around these people. Period. Just to start with, I don't want to be around these people. Because she's talking about renting a beach house and wanting to have folks come in and out during the time, and then we all be there for the ceremony that we're doing at the beach. And I'm like, first of all, I don't want to share a house with you. I don't want to share a house with you, and I don't want to share a house with the rest of my family. There's a reason why we don't live together. Like, I don't want to be around y'all. Like, no. That's why I don't come to visit either. No. I don't want to go. I don't want to be up underneath people. That's number one. That's point 2 and 3 and 4. But then on top of that, you're not going to force a reconciliation. The people who fuck this up, even if they apologize, probably still not gonna, there will be no reconciliation on my part. Why? You done talk shit for decades at this point, okay? I am 40 years old. I turned 40, by the way, in June. I did not do a video for my birthday around then, but I turned 40 in June. Like, it's been 40 plus years of fuckery. I do not, absolutely do not want to be bothered with people who have spent years doing nothing but trying to literally cut me down and tear me down. Anytime I have a little something going for myself, something, I might, be doing well in school. Well, none of that care that you're doing well in school. Okay. I would move out on my own, go out and do stuff. What do you want to do that for? When you going to settle down and have some babies? What? Which, by the way, let me go ahead and say this on camera too. I don't know if I've talked about this on camera, but we're going to talk about it today. So about that, they're having babies. I cannot have kids. I'm pretty sure. I'm very, very sure that I can't have kids. Like, I am probably barren. Very barren. I'm infertile. And I'm pretty sure I've been infertile for a long time. I have tried with both husbands to get pregnant. And Brandon and I talked about this well before we started dating. But I told him, I was like, listen, I'm pretty sure that I am, I can't have kids. Biologically, that's going to be a no. Because when you try to get pregnant with multiple people, at least two that you know of that you're trying to have a baby with, and nothing works, I have everything else that's supposed to be there in order to have a child. I have all of my equipment. It just doesn't work. Well, it works, but it's not 100%. Let me put it that way. I still have a period and everything, and it's normal. It comes regular like it's supposed to. Hell, I've been having 2 in a month in the last 6 months. It'll be a normal 7 days. I'll go 21 days like clockwork. And it's been like, it'll be tail end of the month, beginning of the next month. So in effect, I'm doing it twice in a month. This next one is supposed to be breaking out of it. It'll do that every couple of years or so. It'll start doing that. It'll be like, oh, I should be 21 days instead of 28. Yeah, don't do that. I'd rather you not be 28. I'd rather you not come at all. I mean, I'm not having kids, so I don't need you. I really don't need my period. But okay, fine. If I'm supposed to have this, guess what I'm going to have? So, but it doesn't, I'm pretty sure I'm not able to have babies. I'm just not. I have tried multiple times with the first husband. Couldn't have children. Couldn't. Just could not. I could not get pregnant. Try as I might. And I like to, my mama and I like to say back in the day that, good Lord, you dodged a bullet. Thank God you couldn't get pregnant, which was a very good thing then, because it turns out that he was not the person I needed to be with and have a child with. Brandon did say that, once if I had gotten pregnant and then we got together as we did, he would have loved my child regardless. Because, I mean, we were already friends. So he would have been Uncle Brandon anyway to start with. He would have been Uncle Brandon. And then I told him, I said, well, you would have had to explain to the child, well, how come I saw Uncle Brandon kissing you, Mommy? Yeah, you'd had to explain that. So I told him, I said, yeah, it's probably for the best that I did not get pregnant the couple of times, few billion times I tried. So with him, with my ex-husband. But then, of course, I tried to with Brandon, still couldn't get pregnant. And we tried before we got married. So yeah, we was finna have a baby before we got married, because I knew we were getting married as an older couple. And by the time we got married, I was 40. I was almost 40. He was in his 40s. So we were trying to get in that prime childbearing age, and never could. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. I've never gone to the doctor. Also, my doctor said, just don't even bother trying to get pregnant because you have too many health issues to start with. So, yeah, I would probably been on bed rest and extra monitoring from the beginning. I wouldn't have even had it wouldn't have even been gestational diabetes. It would just been diabetes. So my doctor and I talked about that when I went to the doctor right after my aunt died. She and I talked about that. In addition to my aunt dying. Sorry about that. But yeah, babies are just not a thing for me. And I'm perfectly fine with being infertile. I have no problems being infertile at all. I'm like, yes, thank God. It means I can't get pregnant. Yes. Because I like my life child free. I do. I like my life child free. So if I have children, it's going to be animal babies because I love animals. So it's going to be animal babies. But I'm not having like biological human children. That's just not going to happen. Which is why I was extremely pissed off when my shithead sibling was sitting there mocking me because I can't have kids. And I'm like, you're an asshole. You've always been an asshole, but you're an even bigger asshole now. You can fuck all the way off. Because why would you mock somebody for that? Why would you do that? Why would you make fun of someone because they can't have kids, but you could? What kind of person are you to do something like that? Like, that's the devil. That is definitely the devil. So I don't know. I don't know. I can't with him, and I can't believe my own people would mock that about me. So, nope. Barren is the fields of fucks I give about most of my family and their opinions. So, yeah, no, I'm not going to Myrtle Beach. Oh, and my other reason for not going is, I stopped and I thought about this. Now, when my mama died, my mama was also cremated. Okay. My mama's urn is in my living room right now. I ain't see nothing about no, hey, we need to, do something special, after she died. Nah, we ain't do nothing for that. Hell, we don't even talk about her. So, we're going through all of this from my aunt who died 2 years ago. I mean, a year after my mama died, ain't nobody said a word. Brandon and I did something for it. And I don't know if I did it for Dark Girl Chronicles or not. I know I talked about it when I was visiting Shithead at the time in August of 2015. I talked about it then. But I don't think we did anything. He and I did something, but that was about it. But for my aunt, we expected to go to the beach and spread her ashes and do all this extra stuff. Y'all didn't even talk about the other folks that died. But we got to do all this extra stuff for my auntie? That woman been dead almost 2 years. You know what? And I mourned her when she died. And I made peace with it. And I got on with my life. Okay? Because I'm still among the living right now. It's not that I don't miss her. And it's not that I don't mourn her. I am incredibly sad about the fact that she's gone. She was a really sweet person. And I really loved her to death. I really did. I loved that woman. But I'm not finna sit up here and continuously mourn someone for 2 years like that. I'm just not. She was my aunt. She wasn't my sister. So, and on top of that, I do not appreciate the hypocrisy of we sitting up here doing something 2 years after the fact. You still carrying on and mourning this woman as if she died yesterday, but your sister is sitting up here hollering in my face about how I need to get over the death of her sister, her other sister, my mama. Why in the hell am I expected to immediately be over it? I was expected to immediately be over that woman dying. And then all of a sudden, now when it come to my aunt, we got to sit up here 2 years later and still be hopped up and irrational. And, well, we got to make this trip to the beach and we're going to honor her and spread her. Man, if y'all don't come the fuck on. Like, you can do that without me. The hypocrisy is ridiculous. So, no, I'm finna stay my black ass right here at the house. And, oh, by the way, I ain't got all that time off. I literally just started the job in July. I started in July. So, no, I don't have all the time in the world off from work to be able to go do all of this after Christmas. I'm getting a few little days at Christmas. But, and it just so happens I'm getting that because Christmas is on the weekend. So, no, I'm not spending my Christmas doing that. It's already sad enough as it is. And I don't feel the need to mourn the woman again. Like, I did all the mourning I needed to do with her funeral, and I got on with it. But, if I say that, I'm insensitive, and I don't care about the woman, and I'm just mean. So I'm just not going to say anything about it. I'm just not going to. Anyway, I'm going to get up out of here. So, I think maybe next episode is going to be the start of a new season, which would be season 5 of Dark Girl Chronicles. I don't know. I got to see where my episode count is and think about what I want to do after this episode right here. So, we'll see. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. Come back and watch more episodes and keep up with me. Thanks for watching. Deuces.